I'm gonna be completely honest and let y'all know that this was not the video that I had planned for today. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but I have been very consistent on YouTube these past few weeks. As proud as I am also super drained. It seems like I'm editing 24/7, and when I'm not editing, I'm either cleaning up, doing homework, or taking care of Nova. I could feel a burnout coming on. I decided to be proactive rather than reactive and take care of myself. Self-care should be preventive, not recovery. You should not do self-care after a burnout in hopes to heal yourself. You should do self-care before a burnout to prevent it, and because it is essential. It's not a reward for doing something right or for accomplishing a goal. Self-care is something that you should be doing every day because you deserve it, regardless if you're productive or not. I feel like a lot of us prioritize productivity and we do self-care as a means to be more productive, but self-care should be an essential in our lives. I have been working so much that I started to neglect myself. I stopped doing all the self-care things like making my tea and journaling, which are two of my favorite ways to decompress. I have been in such a grind mode. It has been go, go, go for me. From studying to working to mothering, I barely have time now to stop and check in with myself. I became so focused on being productive that I started to neglect my self-care, but I realized I needed to balance the two. Because I wasn't journaling, every emotion and thought that I had was beginning to build up inside of me. It started to feel very heavy and overwhelming. Whenever I sat down and released everything, I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders because I was finally able to release.
My intention when I started filming this was to be able to, do X, Y, and Z. Come to find out, I'm only able to do this, but I recognized that I was feeling very overwhelmed. My anxiety was in overdrive. I had to recharge my batteries by going to spend time with my family and reconnecting with myself. I really felt like I wanted to share it with you guys, but I also know that I needed to be present for myself as well, so that I could pour back into my own cup. So don't burn yourself out.
I'm trying not to.
You will not. You on my watch. You're not gonna do it.
Perfect.
Social self-care can be whatever it means for you. For me personally, I don't like to be around a lot of people at one time. It's just very overstimulating for me. And this weekend, it was St. Patrick's, and I had a lot of different plans and opportunities to go out, a lot of parties and stuff. And I just decided that I'm going to cancel all my plans, and I would rather be by myself and rest because that is what my body and my mind needed. Did it ruffle some feathers? Sure. Did I care? No, because it is not selfish to do what's best for you. You have to remember that nobody else is going to care about you like you care about you. So you have to put yourself first. Even if that means canceling plans or not showing up for people, you got to show up for yourself at the end of the day. You are the most important person. You're responsible for your happiness, not theirs. Through going on some of these solo dates, I've learned how much I really like being out in the nature and how calming it is for me. Just taking in the beautiful scenery. So ironically, my phone ended up dying after me and Nova had our little picnic. So I had no phone, could not record, could not listen to music. So it literally was just me and Nova walking through the trail. And when I tell y'all, this experience was so grounding and recentering for me. I found a lot of clarity afterwards, and I just felt like I could think so much better. So I highly recommend, like, disconnect from the world. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I grew up as an only child, but I absolutely love my solitude. Like, I am very comfortable with being alone, going out alone. I told y'all, I'm getting more into reading, and that's something that I want to start doing more. And literally, this day was the first day that I picked up a book in I don't know how long, just because I had stopped making time for myself to have hobbies. There was very little time for me to just explore my hobbies and to kind of build myself. But just doing it reminded me, like, you need to make time for yourself.
Stay balanced if you have a side hustle. Now, balance is controversial, it's subjective. I understand when people don't like the word balance. Let's talk about running a side hustle and not being consumed by it. How about that? How about we use that phrasing? All of those are designed to give you time back to spend however you would like, ideally to help you find your balance. The first is to keep the main thing the main thing. Now listen, I know you're ambitious and I know you have amazing ideas. And you can do all of them, but you don't need to do all of them right now. Chasing all of them at once is what's going to have you feeling out of balance. Focus on that. Get that down packed. That I know I can deliver on, and I will continue to deliver on. And the other things will happen when I can do so abundantly. But if I were to try to do all those things right now, I would run myself absolutely ragged, and all of those things would be trash. This podcast is the main thing for now. That's sustainable. That's how I'm still able to have a personal life and the time and spaciousness to take care of myself. So don't chase so many ideas to the point where you wear yourself out and then you aren't able to execute on any of them. Now, the next tip is to engage with things outside of your business. By that, I mean, don't be all consumed with your niche. Keep your perspectives open. When you spend all day working, then spend a few hours a day on your side hustle, and then spend a few hours a day on your phone scrolling and following a bunch of people who are doing the same side hustle, your brain is in overdrive. It's not getting a break. That's when imposter syndrome can seep in. That's when comparison can seep in. So make sure you're taking time to listen to music you enjoy. Don't make every single book you read be a business book or be a personal development book or a business podcast. Give yourself time and space to be inspired by the outside world. Know how to recenter yourself and don't have everything you do be centered on the work you do to give yourself a break, okay? Give yourself time and space to be inspired. And try not to get too wrapped up in the other work out there that is similar to yours. I don't want to hear someone say something and then a few months later think I came up with it because it's in my subconscious, and it can be very easy to unintentionally copy work when you are only consuming work that's like yours. Even consuming work that is similar to mine feels like work. It's your life. Make it what you want. You are in the driver's seat. If I wouldn't have walked away from those things, I would have never created Balanced Black Girl. Your peace is more valuable than anything a side hustle or job or anything else can give you. Your peace doesn't have a price, so prioritize it above all else.
So I purposely save physical self-care for last just because I feel like it is the most overrated form of self-care. Typically when people think of self-care, they're like, let me get my nails done, let me do a face mask, let me take a bubble bath. And while all those things are great for you to do, I really wanted to show y'all that there are other ways to take care of yourself that I personally feel like are a lot more effective. But I still wanted to do some nice things for my body just because I feel like I neglect my body so much. Ever since I had Nova, my appearance has not been a high priority in my life. And so I just wanted to take a moment to pamper myself and make myself feel good. I've been dealing with a lot of hormonal acne, and let's be honest, it's probably stress acne as well. So I decided to put on a little matcha face mask just to see if it would help my skin clear up. And even if it doesn't, it always leaves my skin feeling like nice, soft, looking very glowy. And it just feels really nice to do things like this. Because I am postpartum, I've been dealing with a lot of hair loss and my hair is naturally thin. So I tried to be a little bit more proactive and I decided to make myself a little rosemary hair treatment to see if I could kind of help thicken my hair up. I do know that there's the Miel hair oil, but one of the other things that I really want to do with this video is show y'all that you don't have to spend a bunch of money or any money at all to do nice things for yourself. Self-care is often free, but I feel like on social media, people always push the very expensive, aesthetic ways to take care of yourself. Baby, it don't have to be aesthetic. It don't have to make sense to nobody but you, and it don't have to cost any money to take care of yourself. So do what works best for you. Self-care looks different for everybody. Y'all might not do a single thing that I showed you in this video, but if you do something different and it makes you feel good, then do it. You have to remember, self-care is all about what you need.